And to find filters, by the way, all you have to do is in your sidebar, you should have a filters option. If not, it might be under the more menu, but you can go to filters, and then I just go straight to search all work items. So I'll open that up, and in here, this is literally every work item that exists in Jira. Everything that's ever been created, done, not done, in progress, every assignee. This is going to contain a lot of work in here. It defaults to created in the last 30 days, so you could wipe that out, and you'll see that I have thousands. There we go, thousands in here. 48,000 work items. So that might be very common for a lot of us. We see a list of overwhelming things in here that we may not need. So all we have to start doing here is whittling down what information we actually want to see. And this is always my first layer because, again, I'll show you how the other layers like AI and dashboards build right on top of this. But sometimes we get the information that we need just from a basic filter. So I actually like to either use the basic filter, and like if I need a really quick, for example, way of like pulling in something in a specific board, like let's say marketing, all I have to do is click space in marketing and boom, we're there. It was that easy. So I could see everything that's happening in the marketing space. But usually you'll want something a little bit more complex. In that case, you have to use JQL. JQL can be scary, but I actually don't really use JQL anymore because now you could just click this Ask AI button and you type in literally anything you want in here. So I'm going to go over, and I like to do this live because it shows you the power that this kind of natural language has, and the JQL builds along with you and what it could change as you do it, because it's really cool. And this is not something you get with your basic filtered search. And I'll show you why in just a second. But let's go ahead and start with something very, very simple. I want to pull everything assigned to me or to Mitch Davis. Let's just go with that for now. So for now, all I want to pull is either I'm assigned to something or Mitch Davis is assigned to something. I will click enter, and in just a couple of seconds, we will get a JQL that filters all of this down with a new list of work items right down below. So current assignee is me, or it is Michael Davis. It should be Mitch. I accidentally wrote Michael. Let me write Mitch. Mitch Davis. There we go. That should fix it because it should be more than 20. So we'll give it a sec to process. There we go. Mitch Davis. Now we're at 1,000 plus. So we've pulled in a, let's say, more relevant search for what we're looking for here, but it might not be quite what we want. What if I only want to see things that are critical, high, and medium priority? Well, all I'm going to do is add on to this, and I only want to see things that are critical, high, and I'll even make some mistakes in my spelling here, or medium priority. And I'll click enter. So I just added on to my original sentence that I want to see specific priorities, and boom, that JQL was updated. Our assignee is either me or Mitch, and we either get critical, high, medium, or critical, medium, and high priorities. That's it. So now this list is still too long. What if I want to go even further and get a little bit crazier? Let's say that I only want to see medium priority for Mitch and only want to see high, medium, and low for myself. So I'll add on to this and say, for Mitch, I actually only want to see medium. The rest for me. So this is something you cannot do when it comes to actually just pulling in filters. And the reason is because when we add in like a filtered list, it's going to apply to everyone that you've already clicked on in terms of assignee. So this adds in a much longer JQL that allows us to now have an or action with myself, with these three priorities, or Mitch Davis, and these three priorities, or just that medium priority. But let's say I want to go a step further. I don't want anything that is a JSM project. I'll click enter. So I don't want anything JSM related. I just want Jira Work Management or Jira Software, whatever you want to call it. And we'll go ahead and exclude all of those as well. And immediately it pulled in and said, what did it give? And not a service desk project. So it's super easy to go through and actually give in natural language what you want the filter to pull in. And this will give you things that you cannot do with a basic standard filter. And it'll make it way easier to write this JQL because you don't actually have to write it anymore. So let me also give it one more. What else can we add here? I also want to see maybe anything. So I'll just add a dot. I also only want to see, let's say, what did I have in here? I'll say done or in progress items. So let's go ahead and update that as well. And our JQL should become even more complex and even more in depth. And it should whittle down to a list that I actually potentially would want to use. There we go. We're still at 1,000 plus here, but you get the point. Like you can absolutely whittle down to the exact list of work items that you want to report on. And now we have a list of things that are relevant to me potentially that I could look at for reporting reasons. Now, I could look at this list and immediately say, cool, this is probably enough. I could probably stop here. This is enough data. I just wanted to check in, see what number, how many work items we had here, and uh, kind of get a little bit of context on that, who's assigned to what, etc. If this is not enough, we could go to the next step. But basically, this is where I would start. And I would start here again because it literally took me maybe a minute or two to pull in this really cool JQL that I wouldn't be able to do with a basic filter. And even if I try to switch, it says you can't switch to basic as the query is too complex or invalid. So these types of things we just cannot do with a basic search. And we must do with JQL. And the natural language is so good at just recognizing what you want that I pretty much haven't written JQL in a very, very long time. Real quick, I know this looks like a lot. And if you'd rather just have me and my team help implement exactly what I'm showing you in this video, that is exactly what we do. If you're interested, hit the first link in the description below.